everyone, welcome back to Agri Farming. Today we are back with organic container gardening tips. If the space in your garden is limited, then container gardening helps you to grow nutritious vegetables and fruits with the help of containers. For a container garden which is productive, any space like balcony, patio, doorstep would be sufficient. With container gardening, issues like soil erosion, disease in the soil, or any kind of nematodes can be completely avoided. So now, let's get into some of the tips you can follow while gardening on your containers. As a general rule, thinner leaf plants need more water and thicker leaf plants need less. The second tip is consider growing dwarf varieties. They are almost always perfectly happy in containers. The next tips is garlic, leeks, and shallots make great container gardening plants. They have very few insect and disease problems, have shallow roots, and take up very little space. The next tip is plants should be sized to the container and containers should be sized to the area. The fifth tips you can follow is if you live in a hot climate, use light colored containers. This reduces heat absorption and helps keep roots cool. If you use dark color pots such as black or dark green, it will warm up your roots and it will be very difficult to survive. The sixth tips is seed saving is fairly easy to do and it's a great way to stretch your gardening budget. You can save up the seeds from the previous harvest on your container garden and then you can plant it as a new sapling or new plants on the next season. The 7 tips you can follow is plan ahead when planting a tree in a pot. Think how big it will grow in several years and if the container you choose is big enough to support it. The next tip is mulching prevents water loss. Use mulch if your plants are water sensitive or are in hot sun all day. If you are bored to tears with your containers, try painting them. Choose a non-toxic waterproof paint and color that will hold up to the sun. The 10 tips you can follow is mix slow-release organic fertilizers with your potting mix to keep plants growing and blooming all season long. You can also add some compost and other farmyard manure so that it will help to grow your plants healthy. The next tip is plants native to your area are lower maintenance. They are naturally adapt to the pre-existing conditions and climates. The next is early morning and right around sunset are the best times to water. It decreases water loss through evaporation. The 13th tip you can follow is ivy is a great container plant and it's very easy to grow. It is perfect for covering ordinary walls. The next is when selecting a planter, remember anything that holds soil and rain can be used. Be creative. The 15th tips you can follow is plant low growing or cascading flowers around the outside of the tall leafy plant. The effect is lovely. If you have large heavy pots, place them on a small platform with wheels. They will be much easier to move throughout the season. It will help you out a lot. Select a simple pot to showcase your exotic plants, or a flashy pot to make an ordinary plant set out. The next tip you can follow is not sure what color to use in your landscape. White is very eye-catching and goes with everything. The 19th step is remember that nutrients are leached out of the soil every time you water. Watch closely for any sign of deficiencies. If you find any deficiency, you can provide some fertilizer or you can also provide compost or farmyard manure to improve the fertility of the pot. The next is try putting your hanging plants on pulleys for easy watering. They look really cool. If containers rest on the ground without saucers, they won't drain as well. Consider placing the pot on a bench or just resting on a few bricks. It will help the waters to drain out from the pot. Some of the other tips are when planting containers, Fill them with soil or within 1 inch of the top to allow room for watering. This will help the water to flow very well without overflowing outside. Harvest your container peas often. It encourages the plant to produce more of them. If you are planting fruits or vegetables, prune them such as basil, mint, etc. It is very important to prune your plants. Have a shady, neglected corner of your house, try sprung it up with ferns and other shade-loving plants. Bamboo or ivy on a trellis can make a natural curtain that provides privacy for a deck or patio. That's all folks for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to this channel and please ring the bell button to notify you whenever new video is uploaded. Thank you for watching.